Maria Strydom was only steps away from hitting the peak of Mount Everest. But the Monash University lecturer never made it. For the past month, Dr. Strydom, 34, has been trekking up Mount Everest with her husband Rob Gropel, and they were aiming to be the first vegans to ever hit the peak. But something went horribly wrong for the experienced climbers, and now Dr. Strydom's family are mourning the death of a superwoman, and Dr. Gropel is suffering from a pulmonary edema, caused by a fluid buildup in the lungs, making it difficult to breathe. The pair were no strangers to a dreary and a challenge, and have climbed Mount Ararat in eastern Turkey, Kilimanjaro in Africa, Dili in Alaska and Aconcagua in Argentina. They were so close to the end, and Fairfax Media reports satellite pings from the pair's phone showed they were just 400 meters from the top. That's only the length of 4 football fields and is even a sprinting event in a track competition. The end was so near, but tragically just out of reach. So how did it all go so wrong? They hit Camp 4, also known as the Death Zone, on Friday, where you need an oxygen tank just to survive the extreme weather conditions. As Dr. Strydom and Dr. Gropel trekked further up the mountain, a cyclone was approaching, and whipping winds of up to 100 km per hour were making the conditions even more deadly. Their team was only the third this season to reach Camp 3, 7,200 meters. The Melbourne women suffered from high-altitude sickness, which is caused by fast ascents and vigorous exercise. When beginning the ascent from the base, the team was going so strong it skipped the first camp and went straight to the second. High-altitude sickness happens when there is less oxygen in the air than what you need to breathe. Before the team could even leave the base camp, it had to wait for bad weather to pass and for broken ropes to be repaired on higher points of the trek. Throughout the journey they endured snowstorms, blue ice and severe temperatures. The team left the death zone under a cloak of darkness about 10 p.m. on Friday and had plans to trek through the night. Dr. Strydom quickly started to lack energy and became weak, and she turned back while the rest of the team clambered to the top. Dr. Strydom and her Sherpa made it back to Camp 4 that night and was going to continue her descent on Saturday. Despite having oxygen, she continued to deteriorate, and when she got down to 7,800 meters she stopped breathing. Dutch climber Eric Arnold also died on the climb with Dr. Strydom. It is believed he was also killed by high-altitude sickness. More than 250 people have died when climbing Mount Everest. Just over a year ago, the 7.8 magnitude earthquake in Nepal triggered an avalanche from Pumarai to the Mount Everest base camp, killing 22 climbers. In 2014, 16 Sherpas died in an icefall avalanche. Dr. Strydom's death comes just after the 20th anniversary of the Mount Everest disaster in 1996, when 8 people were caught in a blizzard. During that season, 12 people died, making it one of the worst ever. More than 4,000 people have climbed Mount Everest since 1953. The weather can be one of the most deadly things on Mount Everest, with it unpredictable and extreme. High-altitude sickness is a huge risk, but even slipping on ice and falling into crevasses, dehydration and pneumonia could be deadly for a climber. Mountaineering expert Ala Arret told AAP it was very normal for 5 to 10 people to die on Everest each year.